Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gayest and Greatest Secret Tavern this side of Limsa Minsa, the Queer Buccaneer. I'm your host of the Motion Star Behind the Bar, Captain Eden Jackson. Neil, thank you so much for the 38 months. That is 3 years plus an extra 2 months, just in case. Thank you so much all for coming out here for this very, very unusual stream. I don't remember the last time I streamed on a Sunday. I think literally the last time I streamed on a Sunday might have been the Resident Evil mega stream that took an entire weekend. I don't recall ever streaming on a Sunday before. IRL Kona, because, okay, so today's stream, if you're not aware, today's stream is I am going to do a whole bunch of magic. And for those that don't know, I mention it a fair amount, but for those of you that don't know, I am in fact a professional, semi-professional, amateur magic magician. I am a magician. I do gigs, I do stage magic, I do close-up magic, I do all sorts of stuff, and I wanted to basically what happened was I watched Rue stream doing some cross stitch, and I thought, that looks really fun. What can I do? Just with a little like hand cam. And I figured I have a crate full of magic crap. Why don't I just chill out and do some magic for y'all? So because of the nature of the setup, it does mean no daily games today, because I am not in my usual streaming place. I am, instead of being sat on my sofa looking at my TV, I am sat on the floor at my coffee table as if it was a desk or like a table. With get this, I don't own a tripod. I own a teeny tiny little tripod. So in lieu of an actual tripod to boost the camera up, I've got the smallest table in a nest of tables sat on top of the coffee table with my webcam on it. The webcam that I have, the little tripod that I have, does have like is one of those like GorillaPod things where you can pose the legs. But I figured that so I did try and like wrap it around the one of the legs of the nest of tables, but it was like to get the right sort of distance, elevation, right angles and all that shit, I just ended up plonking it on top of this entire like nest of tables. It's not the most elegant of setups. And what I learnt rather recently, and by that I mean at the very start of the stream, it is quite a fragile setup, shall we say? So it's gonna be interesting to see how long it lasts. It just fell off again. It's gonna be interesting to see how long it lasts, and I have no idea how long this stream is going to be. But I just figured that I would. It's a little bit different. I don't think any other VTuber has done a stream where they've done close-up magic for people. So this could be like a one-of-a-kind, one-of-one type situation. And yeah, we're just gonna chill out. I've got the chill out music going, and yeah, we're just gonna do a little bit of magic. I really like magic, and hopefully by the end of the stream you will too. The way things are going to work in I've tried to not do very many pick a card kind of tricks, but the way those are going to work is it's going to be a little bit case by case basis. I'm going to explain the thing, but if I ever need a decision to be made, whoever the first person is I'm not going to do a bullet catch. I'm not doing a bullet catch. Whenever a decision needs to be made, in lieu of bringing up a volunteer to the stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey chat, what do you want to do? And whoever the first person in chat responds, that's what I'm going to go with. So without further ado, shall we go to the bar? Hello, everybody. Look, I have actual flesh hands. This is a big pirate chest full of magic. Ooh, you can't see into it though. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of stuff. I've got some card stuff. I've got some other kind of storytelling-y stuff. I'm gonna present it all the way I would present an actual magic show. So there's going to be a little bit of storytelling in here. There's going to be some jokes in here. There's going to be some fun stuff in here. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I will likely turn away from the microphone and it won't sound ideal. So just sort of deal with that. I could try and maneuver it into a more that kind of place that might sound a bit better. Let me know. Please do let me know. But yes, hello everybody. Should I? Yeah, let's. VTube active while you're actually on camera is interesting. Yeah, I see what it is. Is I've tried to sort of line it up. I know I know we're not wearing the same outfit, but I figured that if I have hands out of view over there and hands in view here, then it feels a little bit more congruent. But yeah. I am going to just, I'm going to present this as if it were an actual show. So that camera's really high up. That camera was a little less high up last time I did this. Last time I sort of set this up. Hold up. Hold up. I'm going to futz with the setup just a little bit. Because there's some like framing things that need to be right. So you can best see. I want it to be there. There we go. I want it to be like as close to here as possible. I want it to be like as close to here as possible with you still being able to see everything. But yes, hello. Welcome everybody. How are you doing? I am gonna do my opening spiel as if I just walked out on stage. You are going to know these things, and you might have even heard me make these jokes before. But this is how I get into the ready to perform magic segment of my performance. So hello everybody. My name is Eden Jackson. I am a non-binary magician. For those of you who don't know what that means, let me break it down for you nice and simple. I'm a non-binary magician. What that means is I get on stage and perform impossibilities. If hands up, and you can use a hands up emoji if you would like to in chat, or you can just put your actual hand up in real life. Hands up anybody in the crowd who knows a non-binary person. I realize now that there is a bit of a delay between me and the chat, so there may be the responses are going to come a little bit late. But yes, hands up. Hello, Zach. Zach, you okay? Zach. Zach, I'm going to tell some stories during the show that feature you as a character that may or may not be 100% correct. I just need you to play along with fiction. Okay? I may have invented stories and put you as one of the characters because it sounds better. If it's you and not just a person I made up. So just pretend all those stories about with you in them are true. It is fucked up, but I've tried to make you consistent to your input in real person stuff. But anyway, yes, hello. If you know a non-binary person, that isn't me, of course. I'm exempt from this. Names have been protected. Names have been changed to protect the innocent. It's not. It's my husband, my partner, Jack. But yes, if you know a non-binary person, then chances are you know a non-binary person called Eden. Does anybody know? Anybody in the room know a non-binary person except me called Eden? And at this point, less people, but still a large group of people usually will put up their hands, and that is because Eden is one of those names. There is a sort of like whenever people come out, they what people don't okay, cisgendered people in the room. I'm going to reveal a bit of a secret. When you come out, you get sent the list. And the list is different depending on how you come out. If you're a trans woman or trans femme, then the list usually contains names like Summer and Autumn and Winter and Mia and Emily and Emma and Alex. Apparently Alex is up there as well. If you're trans mask or a trans man, then there's just two entries on the list. You either have to sound like a Victorian orphan or a Greek god. I ran that joke by my partner Zach, who's trans mask, and I was like, Am I allowed to make that joke? I'm not transmasculine. Am I allowed to make that joke? And his response was, "Please, sir, can I have some more?" I then had to run that joke by him as well. And his only response was, "You don't have to move away from the microphone to sound smaller. I'm 5'5", goddammit." But when you come out as non-binary, they send you the list. They send you the list. The thing with Isaac, Isaac can sound like both. The list. There's a letter, and it's congratulations for discovering who you really are. Congratulations for discovering who you really are. Please choose from the following: Aiden, Caden, Drayden, Braden, Eden, Sweden, or number 10, just look out your window and pick a thing. That is your name now. So I went with number 7, Eden. I feel like it suited me the best. I've never been to Scandinavia, so I didn't want to choose Sweden. I did toy with Braden, but I didn't want anyone to challenge me to a Pokemon battle. And the captions, Brighton's also on all 3 lists actually. I toyed with Drayden, but I didn't want anybody to challenge me to a Pokemon battle and think I was going to give them a badge. But yeah, I went with Eden, which it's a bit of a cliche name, but it is better than the name that I was given by my mother, because when I was a kid, when I was born, my mother was really into the WWF, and I'm talking about World Wrestling Federation, not the World Wildlife Fund. She didn't really love pandas. But when I was born, she was really into the WWF, so she named me after her favorite wrestler. And when I say favorite wrestler, I mean the wrestler she wanted to fuck the most, which is when she was trying to get me into wrestling as a kid, and the guy was on stage, and he had my name, and it was awkward. It got really fucking awkward. It also made registers. I was just a target for bullying at the school registers. Imagine first day of school. I mean, I was a target for bullying anyway. Fucking look at me. I'm a cartoon with flesh arms. Also, imagine first day of school, going down the register. Jack, here. Emily, here. Sweden, here. The Ultimate Warrior, here. So, that's how I start every stand-up show. That's how I start every magic show, with 5 minutes on names. Let's go into the box, shall we, and actually do some fucking magic. That thing that we were told, that thing that you all were told that I was going to do. I hope you had a bit of a giggle at my magic thing. Now, I'm going to start with something of an obligation. Whenever you do a magic show, whenever you do any kind of magic show, the Circle find you, and they make you sign a contract. Eden is working out why Bo Burnham had a meltdown or wrote a whole song about how it sucks to do comedy when the audience is in the room. Yeah. I did exactly one Zoom show during lockdown. It was terrible, never again. But yes, when you do a magic show in any capacity, the Circle find you and they make you sign a contract. And that contract, this contract, in fact, says you must do at least one card trick. This is the contractually obliged card trick. I'm gonna leave the contract there so you can see this is the contractually obliged card trick. Now, again, it's really hard to say pick a card because you're not here, and Zach doesn't like being on camera. I don't want to keep dragging him out of the room. So instead of picking a card, I just want one of you to name a card, any card in a deck of cards. You got ace through king, clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. First person in chat to name a card, that is the card we're going to go with. We've got the ace of spades from Kona. Let's go. First card. So, Bastard, maybe next time we'll get the jack of spades. Okay, so the ace of spades, the Motorhead classic. The ace of spades. Are you all completely happy with that choice? If you like to gamble, I tell you I'm the man. You all happy with that choice, the ace of spades? Any of all of the cards in the deck, you went with the ace of spades. Now, hold up. Wait, how's this one supposed to go? Sort the deck out. Contract bits. Contract. Name the cut. Fuck. I have. Hold up. I might have forgotten. Shit. Sorry, this is a bit of a new one. I might have forgotten how it goes. Let me get the contract. The contract also has instructions. The contract also has like a little an emergency get out thing. So as you can see, this contract is got one of these like string thingies. So we'll undo the little string thingy and we'll see what the contract. We'll see what the yeah, it's a real fancy envelope, right? The Magic Circle don't fuck around. So let me open the contract, and there's not a lot in here. There's only actually one single piece of paper in here. It's not actually a piece of paper. It's actually a piece of card. It's a very small piece of card, as you can see, and it is actually the very ace of spades that you chose. Isn't that something? The Magic Circle, they never let me down. Right. Now the contractually obliged. Now the contractual obligations are out of the way. We can begin the show. Let's do something really quick. I'll do something real quick. I've got a bag here. Bag here with 2 chips. I've got a red chip and a blue chip. They're at the oh shit! They want to take my fingers. Bag here with a red chip and a blue chip. Real quick. The camera's moved. Real quick, which chip would you like? Would you like the red chip or would you like the blue chip? Okay, blue chip. Okay, so both chips are in this bag. You guys want the blue chip? The blue chip was Bastard said blue first, so I will. I'll take the red chip, and you can have the blue chip. I'll just keep it there. I really like that one. That's a really good one. I'm blue to da. Back in the let's do another card trick. But you've always wanted to poke. Everyone always wants to poke a chip in a drug bag. Let's do it. Let's do a card trick. But this card trick only requires 3 cards. So this would not have fulfilled the contract because this only has 3 cards. So we've got 3 cards here. We have the first card we have is this card. This card. I'll put this card here. The second card we have is also this card. And the third card we have is that card. And a man showed me this. And he said, keep your eye on that card. We're in fat titty mode. So it might be hard to keep your eye on that card. Keep your eye on that card. And as he said that card, he moved it to the bottom of the deck. So then he asked me one question. Where is that card? And my first instinct was, well, it's on the bottom, right? And he said, no, that's this card. But I said, but you just put it on the bottom. And I said, yeah. And he said, yeah, I did, but it's also on top. But this card is also on top. So I'll ask you one more time. If this card is on the top, this card is on the bottom, where is that card? And obviously he was fishing for the answer in the middle. So I gave him that one and said in the middle. And he said, no, that's also this card. I was very confused. And he said, look, what was the first thing you said? You moved that card to the bottom. And he said, yeah, so that's why that card's on the bottom. You're overthinking it. Calm down. And I said, actually, no, wait a minute. The first thing you said was you showed me this, and that, and then you put that card on top. And he said, yeah, that's why that card's also on top. And I was a bit broken at this point. I was a little bit confused. So I said, are you using 2 of that card? And he said, no, I'm actually using 3 because it's also in the middle. So I'll be honest, I started to get a little bit mad at this point because I don't like things I don't understand. They make me mad. And he said, look, I'll make it real easy for you. I've got this card, I've got this card, and I've got this card. So I went, wait, hold on. Hold the fucking phone. You just said you'd... And yeah, I got this one, and this one. And at this point, I was... Yeah, this was motherfucker behavior. Bastard, you're correct. This was motherfucker behavior. And he said, okay. Don't kick me out your bar. I'll ask one more question. If I have this card, and I have that card, If you get this next question wrong, you will buy me a free drink. What is the other card? So chat, I will extend this question to you. We have this card. We have that card. What is the other card? Any more votes? Any more votes? It's the other card, the Ace of Spades, my only answer. 2 people in chat got it right. People never get this right in real life. It is, in fact, the other card. Nobody gets that. Fuck you all. That is, let's go back. I know what we'll do. Let's talk about having ADHD. Y'all, ADHD people in chat sound off. ADHD people in chat sound off. You asked a bunch of neurodivergent pedants what's the other card. I did do that, didn't I? I always perform in front of neurodivergent pedants, though. We love having ADHD here. What people don't tell you about ADHD is it's not just obviously about having bad attention spans, and it's not about getting distracted all the time. There's so many other facets, and one of those facets is what is in the board game community referred to as analysis paralysis or choice paralysis, or holy shit, how can I make a fucking decision? I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a restaurant, I'm like, I might never be in this restaurant again. Ordering food in a restaurant is insane, because what if I order the steak and the fish is better, and I might never come back here, so I've missed my opportunity to have really good fish. So I decided that making decisions was too hard, and I was telling Zach about this, and he was like, you know what? You mentioned games earlier. Why don't you just do the thing that they do in the games and make every decision with a roll of a dice? And I was like, that's insane. Love that. And that is how I decided to. I'm sorry, it's moved again, and it's showing you a little bit of the table. And that is how I decided to make all the major decisions in my life. That is how I decided to go to university. That was a dice roll. That is how I decided to study media production. That was I'm going to be honest, that was a bit of a crit fail. That was how I decided basically all of the. I do that except I'll assign numbers to choices and then ask someone else with zero context to pick a number. That might be better than what I did, because what happened was when I moved house, when I moved up here, I lost my decision-making dice. Worst thing that ever happened to me. I lost my decision-making dice, and I was then stuck. I was then entirely stuck, having to make my own decisions. And again, I was talking to Zach about this, and he was like, "Well, why don't you just roll the dice in your head, and then whatever it lands on, that's what you do." So I did that. And then it took a while before I realized, no, okay, but it's not just any dice. It's the special decision-making dice. It's a special dice. And then I did the thing where I just rolled the dice in my head, and then I realized that bastard has tricked me into making decisions. How dare he? So I want to try this whole decision-making with a dice thing. So I've got a pack here with 6 cards in it, and those 6 cards are numbered 1 through 6. See, we've got 6, 5, 4, etc., etc. And we can do this in a couple of ways. I have in fact put a dice roller into Bot Buccaneer, or what I can just, or if anybody has a dice nearby, you can actually roll it. Or if somebody wants to just shout out a number between 1 and 6, we can use that. So, ! roll, or just shout a number between 1 and 6. First person to go, we will use that one. Let's rock and roll. I also do have a dice in here. The Revels system. I quite like the Revels system. Okay. Bot Buccaneer, you have rolled a 1. Let's go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We don't need any of those. All we need is... Yes, I would have liked an integer. All we need is the 1. So all of the rest of these cards can go away. And these are not important. We're not going to do any decisions with these ones. All we want is this one. So, who rolled? It was Demo that rolled. So, whatever is on the other side of this card, I'm going to do to Demo, the person who rolled this dice. So on the back of this dice, on the back of this card, it says, drum roll, please. I do. I even have a drum roll button. That was the wrong button, but I do in fact have a drum roll button. Bear with me while I press my drum roll button. Ooh. It says be nice. Hooray. I would have gifted you a sub at this point, but you've already been a sub for ages, and you do in fact gift other people subs all the time. But what's good is that you did in fact roll this one, because on the back of the 2 and the 5 and the 4 and the 6 and the 3, what are the chances? What are the actual chances? I mean, it's 1 in 6, but thank you for gifting that sub. I was the one that was supposed to be nice, not to you. VIP for 2 weeks. I'm so glad you rolled that one. Right. I need to put these back in my first time that Nat one has saved me. And I didn't want to I'm pretty sure doing an actual murder is against Twitch TOS. So I didn't want to. Sorry, it keeps moving ever so slightly sideways. Half of a third of a chance exactly. You guys having fun so far? I hope y'all having fun so far. Shall we? We are on Twitch, so shall we do something gamery? Shall we do something gamery? Let's do something gamery. This requires, in fact, 2 decks of cards. The council are very happy. This requires 2 decks of cards. Because I'm going to do this is a routine that I'll be honest, this is the first time I've actually performed this routine in front of an audience. So if it's bad, that's why. This is a routine that I put together whilst playing just an absolute fucking shit ton of Balatro, I think it's actually supposed to be pronounced Balatro. So this is my Balatro card routine. Y'all are familiar with Balatro. I assume that at least some of you in chat are familiar with Balatro. You've put 7 million hours into it. If you're not familiar with Balatro, it is a poker hands. I have played it on stream before. It is a poker hands based roguelike, but also it does contain tarot cards. Tarot cards are a big part of Balatro. The tarot cards can do certain things to the cards. So if we take, for example, the top 2 cards of the deck, we have the 5 of spades and the 10 of diamonds. So if we just put those 2 down there, and if we take the top card of the tarot deck, which is strength. Now in Balatro, what the strength card does is you use it on 2 cards like this. The strength card disappears, and the 2 cards that you use it on go up by 1. So in this case, it would turn into the 6 of spades and the jack of diamonds instead of the 5 and the 10. So that's the basics. And of course they can do other stuff too. They can do more than just changing the values of cards. They can also we have the sun card here. Using the sun card on these will actually you just go. What the sun card does is the sun card will change the suits, so it changes both the cards into hearts in this case. So now we have the jack of hearts and the 6 of hearts. But the tarot cards can do more than just change cards. They can also add cards as well. So in this case, we have Judgment. And what Judgment does is, instead of changing the cards in any way, what it does is it adds a random joker to your hand, which is very cool. I don't post on my dash of someone having done tarot of someone who's very nervous about the first acupuncture and the cards. They got the Fool, the 10 of Swords, and Death. Oh dear. But yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to do with these Balatro tarot cards, and that is some of them. Like so in Balatro, you can only affect 1 or 2 cards at a time. But I figure what if you could affect the entire deck? I thought that would be really cool. So if I take the Justice card and just lay it on top of the deck like that and give it just a moment. People that have played Balatro in chat, do you know what Justice does? You know, anybody in chat, can you tell me what does the tarot card Justice do in Balatro? You don't remember. What Justice does is it turns a single card into a glass card. In Balatro, glass cards, they have a chance of breaking, but they give you like double whatevers. And I think with enough time, enough time has elapsed that we may have been able to infuse it into the entire deck. And now we have, instead of one glass card, one glass deck. And that's my Balatro routine. That's the only time I've ever performed that Balatro routine. You could kill someone with that, and I have. I'm still working on a sort of expanding it, enhancing it, making it better, making it cooler. But yeah, I sort of been working on that in the background for a while, and now that the Justice card is gone, the cards are normal again. We reset. And when I'm in person, what's really cool is when I'm in person, the deck changes in, like, they are holding the deck and it changes in their hand. It's really fucking cool. That was a Waluigi there. I don't know. Did y'all hear the Waluigi? It was really cool. What's next? Ooh, okay. I have a question. Going back to the ADHD thing. There's a theme emerging, and that is ADHD. What I find really difficult is doing stuff, which is whomst amongst us. Going back to the ADHD, doing stuff. They call it executive dysfunction. I call it doing stuff. And one of the things they recommend is gamify stuff. And I'm not really sure how I feel about the gamification thing. But I have tried it. What I really dislike most is putting clothes away. I'll do the washing. I'll put them on the drying rack, and I will then never actually put them away, and they'll just fill up the washing basket more and more and more and more. So I decided to gamify it, and what gamifying is, what the gamification is we do the socks first, and me and Zach will both stand either side of the washing basket, and we will each close our eyes and pull out a sock, and if the socks match, then it's true love or whatever. And we do this every time we sort the socks out. And it's become a fun little game that I quite enjoy. Would it have been weird? I've told you about the sock one. Would it have been weird for me? Yeah, we have a little kissy if it matches. See? Now I have built a magic routine about this. Would it have been weird if I brought my washing basket and all of my dirty socks? Clean socks. Would that have been weird? Or would that have been cool? Would you guys just thought that was really cool and a normal thing to do? Because I did consider, should I just do this with all of my actual socks? Not weird. Okay. See, I thought it would have been weird. So instead of doing all of that, what I did was I went to a playing card printer, and I got all of my pairs of socks printed onto cards, and I made two little decks of my right foot and my left foot instead. I think that's the less weird option. So that's the one I did. If we're in person, it might have been unusual. Yeah. And I didn't want you to think that I was unusual. So instead, I got special cards printed with all of my left socks and all of my right socks, and we're gonna do it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have a left sock picked and a right sock picked, and we're going to try and do the matching game. And if it is a match, I will summon Zach in here to give me a little kissy. As that's what happens when we do things. So again, in lieu of you being able to come and pick the cards yourself, can I have one person to be the left foot? I have, let me count how many cards I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I have 13. So can I have a left foot representative to give me a number between 1 and 13, please? Bastard, you can be right, so you will be right foot. Valerie, you will be left foot. Give me a number between 1 and 13 for left foot. Whenever you're ready, Valerie, give me that left foot number. 6. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me recount. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wicked. Okay, so we got 6 there. I'll put those there so we know where you stopped. Bastard, you are right foot. Can I have a number for right foot, please? Can I have a number for right foot? Whenever you're ready. This is the best bit about doing the Zoom shows. 13. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'll just double count that to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, right foot, left foot. Let's see which one's got chosen. We got this one, and we got this one, and the rest can go away. They are unimportant socks. These are the important socks. If these are a matching pair, then Zach has to come in and give me a little kissy. So, our left foot is purple. Purple with stars and a yellow toe. So we are looking, if this other card is purple with white stars and a yellow toe, then I get a little kissy, and these socks are true love. This is an awesome sock. On the other foot is, I'm going to do another drum roll. I don't know if you guys can hear the drum roll, but I got the drum roll. Oh. We have a yellow sock with green stripes and a black thing around the top. That is, I gotta say, it's a little bit disappointing. But the upside of this game, is that sometimes it's not always a match, and that is such is life. As I said, sometimes no little kisses. However, this morning we didn't get a little kissy either because we actually didn't pick. We didn't pick a pair this morning. In fact, on my left foot, I am wearing this purple sock with white stars, and on my right foot, I am wearing the yellow sock with the green stripes. So I think that's actually 2 matching pairs right there. And that's the closest thing you're going to get to me getting my feet out on stream. You knew it wasn't over. You knew it couldn't be over. I did toy with just like taking my socks off under the table and throwing them at you, but I feel like it's more impactful if I just get my feet out. I'm wearing socks. It's fine. I did check Twitch TOS. I'm wearing socks, so I wasn't breaking TOS. Yeah, now you know why I was asking about the foot policy. It's bare feet. It's bare feet that are against TOS. And they're nice socks. They're very warm. I'm actually, I mentioned that to do this routine on stage, I have to wear certain pairs of trousers because other pairs of trousers are not conducive to pulling one's jeans up. And it's actually far too warm to be wearing the full length trousers. So I'm actually wearing shorts with these massive socks. So I look like a horrible, weird, it's terrible. And it's actually really warm. Please don't make clips of me getting my feet out. Oh, Terrible. Terrible stuff. Okay, next up. Next up, let's play some Guess Who. Y'all play Guess Who before? Y'all, okay, I'm gonna real. This is going to be a bit of a tough one to this is going to be a bit of a tough one to do on camera. Because usually I have an audience member in this. So I'm going to use the wisdom of the crowd. What I'm going to do is it's my first ever hyperfixation was Guess Who. I got a copy of it when I was a kid and I played it every single day. I annoyed the fuck out of my sister with it. It was fucking great. And it got to the point where she could just pull out a random card, tell me 2 features about them, and I could tell her who it was. I was that fucking good at Guess Who. And then one day when I got a little bit older, my mother donated my copy of Guess Who to a charity shop, and I was fucking mortified. And I was in my hometown recently, and I went into Bernardo's, which is the charity shop that my mum would donate a lot of our stuff to, because it was the closest one. And I found in that charity shop, I found a copy of Guess Who, but not just any copy of Guess Who. I found the edition of Guess Who that I played when I was a kid. And I'm not going to say that it was the exact same copy, because that would be, the chances of that are insane. But for dramatic effect, it was the exact same copy that I had as a kid. So I had to buy it. I had to buy it instantly, and I took it home. And these are the actual Guess Who cards from that pack. From that game. They give you a little card box. They don't give you the card box anymore because they're cheap. And I figured, and just like going back through them, it really sort of took me back to being a kid, because they're all utterly fucking horrifying. They're like police sketches drawn by people on PCP. They're absolutely insane. I love them. And I wanted to test if I could still do that thing where I am so fucking good at Guess Who that I basically can read minds. So we're going to play Psychic Guess Who, and it's going to be me versus all of you in chat. So, you don't remember them looking at that? Oh, in this edition, they look fucking horrible. They nasty. So, what I'm gonna do is, because again, none of you are here for me to actually, choose a card. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my glasses off. I'm gonna have one hand over my eyes like this. Hello, you can see my hand is over my eyes. And with the other hand, I'm just gonna mush all of these around, and I'm going to pull one aside like that, and the rest can go over there. This card, I'm not going to show anybody, but is everybody happy? Is everybody happy with that process? Did that look like a fair decision to you? If not, I can do it again. If not, I can do it again. But yeah, if that looked like a fair decision for you, then you'll go with yes. Okay. So I'm actually going to keep my face in shot this time. Hello, you rarely see this. So you can see my eyes are covered while I show you the card. You can see my eyes are covered. I can't see. That is your card. Remember the name. Remember a couple of key features. I hope I'm holding it in frame. I'm going to put it away now, and I'm going to put my glasses back on. Did you all? You think the camera's a little bit wonky? Did you all get a good look of that? If you didn't all get a good look at that, I can do it again. You think the camera's a bit wonky again? Hold up. I'm not good at this whole webcam malarkey. You got a decent look. You have a perfect description of them. Wonderful. Okay. So there are 25 cards in this deck, and I now have to try and whittle down your selection. I'm going to ask you some questions. I don't want answers in chat. Whatever question I ask, I want you to type a random emoji into chat. I don't want you to try and answer the question with the emoji. I want you to type a completely random emoji into chat. And I'm going to try and use that to get on your wavelength, to try and read your mind, to try and see who this card is. So this is a test to see if you understand. I'm going to ask you a question. You are going to answer with a random emoji. So this is your test question to see if you understand the rules. What did you have for dinner this evening? Or what did you have for lunch today? This is your test question. Answer with a random emoji. Okay, people are understanding. People are understanding. This is good. This is good. Okay. I think people get it. So, your first actual question about this guy. Again, answer with a random emoji. Do not try and answer the question with the emoji. Just answer with a random emoji. Is it a man or a woman? As I wait for the emojis to come in, I'll explain myself. This game has 25 cards. Like I said, 25 cards. 20 of them are men. 5 of them are women. I guess non-binary people weren't invented yet, so we're not represented in this game. So if you did in fact choose a woman, it makes my life a lot easier. There's only 5 women. It's fucking insane. Gender inequality is hitting the game, I guess. So, judging by the emojis you put in your test question, and judging by the emojis you've written now, I'm trying to get into this wisdom of the crowd's wavelength, and I am pretty sure that you chose a guy. Hold up a second. I need to get my invisible Guess Who board. This is my invisible Guess Who board, and I need to do the thing. You know the thing where you go, and all of the names pop up. There we go. My invisible Guess Who board is there. And now I need to knock down the people I don't think it is. So there. I've knocked down the 5 women. I don't think it's any of those people. I think it's one of the 20 men that are in the game. So that takes us down to 20. So if I can put it by half every time, I go from 20 to 10, I go from 10 to 5, and then go from 5 to 2.5. Maybe I'll tear a guy's head off. And then I guess I'll just guess for the last 3. So your next question for me to try and narrow it down to down to 10. Is this man wearing glasses? Again, only answer with an emoji. Random emojis in chat in lieu of an answer. Is this man wearing glasses? We've got mouse. We've got, I don't even know what that is from Kona. We've got laugh, exclamation mark D. We've got frowny face. Okay. Rat. My bad. Okay, so I think I got my 10. I think. There we go. I'm happy. Question 3. Trying to get down to 5 people. Question 3. Does this guy look racist? Only answer with an emoji in chat. Does this guy look racist? That is question 3. We've got Kirby taking a shit. We've got Angry Salt Shaker. Got a whole bunch of stuff in chat. Okay, we've got a creeper. Okay. I don't have to make the noises, but I do find it helps. I think I've got it down to the last couple. I think I've got it down to the last couple now. So, your last question, answer only with an emoji. Your last question. I want you to imagine you are in the Queer Buccaneer Tavern, the gayest and greatest secret tavern this side of Limsa Lominsa. If you see this man from across the bar, would you? Answers with an emoji in chat. I was doing this routine walkabout at a party, and it was quite a fancy party, and I did this trick on 2 women, a woman about in her 50s and a woman about in her 70s, and I was doing it to the woman in her 70s, in her 50s, sorry. And I asked her, I said, okay, last question. You see this man across the bar? Would you? And she looked at me so blankly. She looked at me like I just grown a second head. And she was incredibly confused. And then this older woman, who I then came to realize was her mother, turned to the younger woman and went, well, would you have sex with him then? Which I thought, mwah, golden moments. I think I have my guess. I have one invisible Guess Who person left standing. Is this card... Oh, it's all riding on this. Is it Joe? I'm locking in. Is this Joe? I think it's Joe. So for the first time, my answer is locked in. I have said Joe. If this is Joe, I want you to go absolutely apeshit in chat. Hey, it's Joe, everybody. It's Joe. It's so hard to gauge reactions. This was a terrible idea. It's so Jova. It's so Jova. Do you want? I would love to know what your description of it was. Did you think he looked racist? He looked like a retired veteran who doesn't let you forget. Oh, that's bang on. That's absolutely bang on. Right. Does anybody? Okay, who in chat is good at movies? Who is anybody a movie guy in chat? Anybody a real film buff? Anybody a proper movie guy in chat? I'll do one more, then we're gonna hit the ad. Anybody a big movie guy in chat? Sometimes. Okay, Bastard, I think this one might be for you. Because this routine requires you to know racist, but not in a malicious way. Okay. Do you know of these movies? Do you know about Scarface, Pulp Fiction, Taxi Driver, and Reservoir Dogs? Has anybody seen all four of these movies? Has anybody seen all four of these movies? Yes, wonderful. Okay. So, apparently, according to the person who I stole this routine from, these four men are the four toughest motherfuckers in film. And I don't know how accurate an assessment that is, but these are apparently the toughest motherfuckers in film. We have Scarface, we have Vincent Vega, we have The Taxi Driver, and we have Mr. Blonde. I want you to, if you've seen these movies, then play along. If not, then play along anyway. I want you to imagine these. If your favorite movie is Pulp Fiction, you've only ever seen 10 films, then maybe these are the biggest hard asses. So I want you to imagine that these four men are they are in the basement of a really dingy pub. And they're in a state where gambling is illegal, and there is a single dim light bulb illuminating a poker game between these four men. I want you to imagine that as the hands are drawn, as the winnings are dealt, that candlelight, that bulb goes out for a split second. And in that split second, bang, 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 three gunshots are heard. The light comes back on. Three of these men are dead. The only person surviving is the one holding this lucky poker chip. Now, Bastard, you've seen all four of these films, so you can make the most honest assessment. In your opinion, who survived? Of these four men, which one was holding this lucky poker chip? Was it Scarface? Was it Vincent Vega? Was it The Taxi Driver? Or was it Mr. Blonde? Tony Montana seems the kind of guy to shoot with these guys. He's kind of fucking nuts. Okay. So your vote goes to Tony Montana, Scarface. Anybody else want to disagree, or are we happy with Scarface? Of all these four men, Tony Montana being the one to survive. Y'all happy with that? Seems I'm not seeing any arguments in chat. I'm pretty sure this is a done deal. So these three men are all. These three men. We've got Taxi Driver. We've got Mr. Blonde. We've got Vincent Vega. They were all shot dead. But over here in my little packet, I have one extra movie poster, and that on the back it says "The Survivor Is," and of course, is Tony Montana, Scarface. Oh, that's cool. Good shit. What's really great about that? It works every single time. I walk around with this routine. Works every single time, regardless of what they pick. It's such a good little fucking trick. I snoozed the ad because I thought that routine would take a little bit longer. I like this little wallet. It's a good little wallet. We've got this one. We've got the little socks wallet. I like my little wallets. Because I used to do a lot of these walk around. It's nice to just be able to have all of the tricks like manually separated by the little wallet things. It's really nice. I am, like I said, I'm going to go to an ad in a second. But before we hit the ad, I think I have time for just one extra thing. They did make a Scarface game for PS2, and it was very clearly trying to capitalize on GTA. Very clearly trying to capitalize on GTA. But it was not good. So I've got time for one more trick before we hit the ad, and that is this 4-card trick. This is a trick by a man called Dr. Daly. This is Dr. Daly's last trick, and what it entails is, with 4 cards, these in fact are the 4 aces. We have the ace of clubs, and I'm going to take the ace of clubs, and the ace of clubs is going to go down there. We've also got the ace of spades. I'm going to take the ace of spades and put that down there. We did have time for dailies, but I just wasn't set up for it. So we've got the ace of clubs and the ace of spades. And when a magician does a switch, they can switch 2 cards really quick. They can do it like that. And that was me switching those cards. It was really slow. You might not have seen it, but like that. And I've switched it again. I'm going to do it a little bit slower so you can see what I'm doing when I do the switch. What happens is I put the card here like that. I reach, I grab, and I drop. That is how quick the switch is done. But in real time, it's that. It's just that. Bam, bam, bam. That is how quick we can switch cards. Now that, to an outsider, that looks like I'm just going whoa, and trying to fuck with you a little bit. But if you believe that I genuinely can switch cards that fast, then I'm gonna ask you one simple question. What card am I holding? Am I holding the ace of spades or the ace of clubs? Because you've seen me do fast switches a lot of times. You've seen me do one slow switch. So am I holding the ace of spades or am I holding the ace of clubs? Now, ace of spades always the answer. Is that so I did start holding the ace of spades. So you think I was doing the switches and you think I did switch back to having the ace of spades? Or clubs. Okay, Bastard thinks clubs. We've got Kona thinks spades, Bastard thinks clubs. You think I just did one switch with the slow switch, but what you didn't account for is the actual magicians. They can switch without you even seeing it, because I'm not holding the ace of clubs or the ace of spades. In fact, none of those were ever even in play. These are just hearts and diamonds. Spades and clubs are actually right over here, and I wasn't even touching them the entire time. Nobody ever chooses that one. I think you switched twice. I could have switched twice. But in fact, the big switch happened when nobody was even looking. We're gonna hit an ad in about 30 seconds time. I hope you're enjoying this. This has been real fun. I've got a little bit more in me, maybe another like 20 minutes after the ad. I've got a couple more routines that I want to show you, and then we'll just hang out. I've actually had a really fun time doing this. It's been chill. It's been low intensity. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. I hope y'all have liked the rather unusual stream. But yeah, we're gonna hit an ad in a few seconds. I'm gonna get myself a little drink, and refresh. Yeah, part 2 coming soon, gamers. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good bathroom break. Have I ever fumbled a magic trick? Well, fumbling is kind of like... There's two elements to a fumble. The first element of a fumble is, did you fuck up? Did you fuck up? And the second element is, did you let them know you fucked up? Because if you don't let them, one of the things you learn quite early on is you're the only one that knows the script. So you can fumble, but if you can save it, you can fumble, but if you can save it, then it's not a fumble. And many times I've had shit go wrong, but because I didn't let on that shit had gone wrong and I just pivoted somewhere else, nobody could tell it went wrong, and as a result, it went right. Of course, things have gone wrong. It's just how you handle them. This routine, it's another kind of new one. It requires me to have two cards, and they were too nice. I don't think they were too nice to say anything because they couldn't tell. Two cards, a dice. I did have a dice this entire time. Misdirection, magic, prestige. Two cards, two jacks. In fact, jack of hearts, jack of spades. And pretty sure it wasn't an actual fumble, but description reminded me, in Misdirection there was a trick where the audience member knew the trick and you threw up the cards in the air, which everyone. That's it. That genuinely did go wrong. That routine genuinely did go wrong. But I decided that it would be better if I just made a joke out of it and moved on. They're a good friend of mine. So I let them off. But yeah, I don't do that routine anymore because it's too risky. So yeah, a guy came into my bar the other day and he showed me this, and I was like, well, I've got to learn. And what he did is he took the card, he put the dice on top of the card, and he put the card on top of the shot glass, and the other card went on top. And he asked me, can you get that dice into that shot glass without touching it? And I said, well, no, of course not, because there's cards in the way. And he said, yeah, you can, just watch. And he put his hand over the top, and he went, and there it was. It went all the way through. And I thought that was insane. I thought, how are you doing that? That's actually impossible. And he went, no, look, it's very easy. You put it on. It's really important how you put it on. You put the card on top of the dice. You put the other card on top of the dice. You put one dice on top of the card. You give it a minute to sit, and you think really hard. I'm going to move the mic here because while you can't see it because of the angle, you can hear. You can hear when it goes through. Watch. Big soup enjoyers in chat. And every single time that got me. And I just didn't know how it was done. So I had to learn. And I learned what I learned was shit. Okay, I wasn't. You weren't supposed. Shit. You weren't supposed to see that. Sorry. This is another new routine. You weren't supposed to see that there was a hole in the card. But it's okay. Because it's not even a real hole anyway. It's not even on the back. It's only on the front. It's only on the back of the card. It's not even on the front. It's only on the front. It's not even on the back. And in fact, it's not even a hole. I can just peel it off and stick it in my hand. It's just they're just two normal cards. It was really fun that you asked me had I fumbled before I did a routine that has a fake fumble in it. Of course, you had no way of knowing that I was going to do a routine with a fake fumble in it. But that's what happens if I fumble. It's all about saving it. It's all about the saving it. I've been bamboozled. Sassy, you've missed the entire first hour of bamboozling. It's been so much fun. Catch the VOD. It's been such a fucking good one. This is going to be. It's all right. Catch the VOD. This is going to be. Maybe this is going to be okay. This is the last of my actual scripted, routined tricks, and after that, I'm just going to sort of vibe and do a little bit of bollocks. Sassy, you just got here, so you are going to be my contestant for this Big Jelly shirt. The shirt is so good, isn't it? It's amazing. It's fantastic. Sassy, what I want you to do is I want you to imagine in your hands you have an invisible deck of cards. You know how playing cards work. You've got all of these ones. I want you to imagine you've got in your hands an invisible deck of cards. I want you to, in your mind, in your mind's eye, I want you to split that deck into red cards and black cards. Can you do that for me? Let me know when you've done that for me. Split that invisible deck of cards into reds and blacks. You can take as long as you want. You can do it in real time, or you can pretend that you pulled the hermit. Okay. If you pulled the hermit, let me just have a little bit of a. Let me just check what the hermit does. I think the hermit is according to this, that doubles your money. Which is good. You've got it split. Okay. So you've got it split. What I want you to do is I want you to give either the Sassy. You missed. I had an entire Balatro routine with these cards. It was real fun. I want you to give either the black half or the red half to somebody else in chat. So at anybody that's in chat, at them and tell them what half of the cards they've got. Somebody that's been chatting, because I don't want to interrupt the lurker, but somebody that's been chatting, at them and tell them that they've either got the red half or the black half. Because I want this to sort of be a group decision. So you got K to B, you got Kona, you got Demo, you got Bastard, you've got Albion, anyone you want, give them half the cards. Kona, you got the black half. Kona, you're up next. Kona, you've got the black half of the deck. Kona, I would like you to split the black half into clubs and spades. Split that black half into clubs and spades. Let me know when you've done that. And you might see where this is going. Split into clubs and spades. Split achieved. Okay, Kona, I would like you to, again, give to somebody else in chat either the clubs or the spades. You can throw the rest away. Just give the clubs or spades to anybody else in chat except Sassy. Can't give them back to Sassy. Anybody else in chat can have either the clubs or the spades. K2B, you have some clubs. K2B, you have clubs. You have a very important decision to make with those clubs. I would like you to split those clubs into pictures and numbers. So you have pictures, which is Jack, Queen, King, and you have numbers, which is ace to 10. So K to B, would you like? I would like you to split them into pictures and numbers. Let me know when you've done that. If you don't respond, I'll pass it on to somebody else. You gotta keep, Kona, you gotta keep that ace of spades, exactly. So let me know when you've made that split and you got pictures and numbers. And again, I'll give them like a little bit of time to see if they're here. If not, we'll just pass it on to somebody else. If not, we'll pass on to Valerie. Valerie, would you like to play the part? People might just be listening, which is completely fair. I'm going to pass on to Valerie instead. Valerie, you have been given you have been given the clubs. I would like you to split into the pictures and the numbers. No worries. We're giving it to Valerie instead. Valerie, pictures or numbers. Let's make that split and throw half of them away. Would you like to keep the pictures or the numbers? Oh well. I'm tired of the brain. That's fair. That's completely fair. 100% fair. Pictures on this side, numbers on that side. I'll pass on the numbers. Okay, Valerie, we're actually going to stay with you. You've got those 10 number cards. I would like to throw 9 of them away. So you are making the final decision, Valerie. Which one number card would you like to keep? Which one number card would you like to keep? So we've eliminated at this point, we've eliminated all of the red cards, all of the hearts, all of the diamonds. We've eliminated all of the spades. We eliminated the jack, the king, the queen. And now we've eliminated everything except the 3. So the 3 of clubs is the only card that chat has selected. Every other card in the deck has been thrown away across various points in chat. I am going to reach into the camera. I'm going to take that 3 of clubs off you. I'm going to turn that 3 of clubs upside down. And I'm going to put it into my invisible deck of cards. So that 3 of clubs is now upside down in my invisible deck of cards. I'm going to put that invisible deck down, just keep that there. And then I'm going to come to this very visible deck of cards. Because this very visible deck of cards, you can see all of this, every single card is face up, except over here we have one face down card. In the entire deck, one card face down. Your 3 of clubs. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. If you like a lot of chocolate on your biscuit, 3 of clubs. And that is all I had prepared for you today. It took slightly over an hour, which is a really awkward amount of time because we had to run one ad. And now we're sort of stuck doing nothing. And I can't really transition into a different kind of stream because I am in a completely different position with a completely different setup, and it would take me a little bit of time to get out of this. So I'm just going to sort of vibe and hang out with y'all. Did you enjoy that? Was that fun? Very unusual stream. I don't know if there's anybody else on stream doing close-up magic on stream. We got it decided. Yes, this ain't gonna be a regular thing. Don't worry about it. This ain't gonna be a regular thing. Because I can't come up with a whole new like hour-long routine of close-up magic every week, or every month, or even like that. I can't. I'm not nearly good enough to do that. But I thought just as a little one-off, just as a little bit of a one-off, I figured that we would do a little bit of a little one-off magic. And while I've been talking, I have been making this one Queen of Spades jump to the top of the deck over and over again, and you can just do that without paying attention. And before you ask, no, they're not all Queen of Spades. They're all, in fact, very different. I always love watching Magic perform. Paul Daniels is regular in my youth on telly. I know many are better than he ever was. Paul Daniels was really good at what he did. The thing is, like, you can be a fantastic magician without I do know your feeling on magicians, but you did just stop and watch a magic show for an hour, so that is kind of on you. Paul Daniels is really good at what he does. The best magician in the world doesn't really mean anything, which is a really insane thing to say, but like the most skilled like card sleight person in the world is not going to be the best magician in the world. The person with the most charisma isn't going to be the best magician in the world. Otherwise, I would be. The person with the who does misdirection the best isn't going to be the best magician in the world. It takes a combination of factors it takes a little bit of everything to be a good magician. And if like Paul Daniels is the best at doing Paul Daniels magic, which is fantastic because he's very clearly made a very successful career out of it. Mac King is so good. I love Mac King. Mac King is an absolute staple. The best magician in the world is just some guy who does shenanigans around you. Exactly. Like it means something. It means it's like it's like being the best wrestler. You don't need to be the best in the ring. You don't need to be the best on the mic. You don't need to be the best at selling. You need to be a combination of everything, depending on what kind of magician you're trying to be, depending on what kind of wrestler you're trying to be. I am not trying to be the best at sleight of hand. I am trying to be the most entertaining, which is why I do a little bit of comedy, a little bit of routines that aren't really taken that seriously. I want to entertain people. So I focus on, I do what I call lazy magic, which is there's no really difficult moves in what I do. It's not like there's any like what they call knuckle busting sleights in what I do. It's all very easy stuff. It's just doing it well. And somebody in chat, I don't know who it was, said I was good at misdirection. That genuinely is such a compliment because it's so difficult to misdirect on camera. It was you. Like misdirection, I'll say misdirection in person. I'm fucking good at that. Misdirection in person, I'm great at that. Misdirection over camera is so much more difficult. I wouldn't even begin to know how to like teach that. Because like to me it's just Well, when I'm talking to somebody in person, I can control where they're looking, because I will sort of what's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? When I'm misdirecting somebody in person, I know that I can sort of shit. Helps that you had a chat that seemed to be majority. That is very true. It's super useful to be able to, in person, I can move my hands, I can emphasize specific things, I can like turn away from the audience if I need to. Like, however, in online over camera, you're just sort of looking at the entirety of the screen at once, and I can't control like what part of the screen you're looking at. I can't control any of those kinds of factors, and to know that I can successfully misdirect people through camera, super easy. I find being able to verbally misdirect people more impressive than physically, if that makes more sense. Yeah, like it's a lot of it's like my approach is it's kind of a full body. It's a full body thing, and of course, when I'm just sat behind a camera, I lose the physicality. I'm just able to do the verbal misdirections. To be honest, I didn't think I was too hard at, but apparently I am. Verbal misdirection is so much harder. It's so much harder because doing it in person, I can sort of through body language draw not draw attention to stuff through placing it where I place it on the stage, that kind of thing. Can't do none of that when I'm just talking and when you can just see my hands. It's so much harder. There were some routines today that I couldn't do because of their framing or their it is just undeniable. I need to have a volunteer for those effects. So if you'd like to see more, go buy Misdirection on Ko-fi. That has some good routines that aren't in this, that aren't in the stream that I've just done. Okay, I might just release Misdirection for free. It's so good. I don't need to write another show, but I really like that. It's a really good show. But yeah, it requires knowing exactly what maintains person's attention when talking, which has a lot of variables, whereas visual misdirection in people's brains are already wired. Yeah, people's brains are like 100%. People's brains are people like visually, it's very easy to direct someone's attention. There were times in that set that I just did where I was like, this very much requires me to be able to misdirect and have you not look in a certain place. I hope to God it's working, because if you looked in a different place, you would have seen exactly what I was doing. And if you did see, I'm glad that you were polite about it. But yeah, go on Penitent Rules. I'm not good enough for that. That is a show for capital M magicians, and I am decidedly like a lowercase m magician. They would see right through my shit. I was really trying to figure out what you were doing, and I succeeded at none of them. Interesting. I like that. That's good to hear. That's what I want to hear. I'm looking for somebody to raid into, because I don't stream on Sundays usually. All of the people that I would usually raid into are not live, which is not fun. So who should we go and say hello to? But yeah, my routines are not made to fool other magicians. They're made so that other cool people can have a good time. I think we should. Let's go and say hello to. I have no idea. I really thought by the time I got to the end of that sentence, I would have thought of somebody to raid into. I'm going to try and come back on Tuesday for a little bit more of something. I might have figured out how to get the double randomizer going by then. I think I have that down. I'm not entirely sure. I think I have that down. But in the meantime, let's go and I would like to go and raid. I'll be real with y'all. The people that I follow that are streaming, none of them are jumping to mind. None of them are like jumping at me, you dig? Which is really mean because I do follow them, so of course I like their streams. But I did not think about this. But yeah, if not the double randomizer, then it'll be another weird little one-off game. I had a lot of fun playing. Moving Houses. It was an absolute cluster of a game. But I had a lot of fun streaming it and playing it. I thought it was real cool. I'd like to do more of those little like one-off play through the entirety of a tiny little indie game kind of streams. So if you guys have any sort of games in that oeuvre that you think would be cool, then do let me know, because I need more of them. I need more, like, just little like 3-4 hour one-off little horror games included, definitely. Just little like 3-4 hour experiences. I think would be perfect. I can't think of any like off the top of my head, but you guys know the kind of thing that I like. Horror games, if they're vaguely piratey, that's cool. If they're just that kind of thing. Granny, I'm not playing fucking Granny. Granny's not even a horror game. It's something. Horror games have to be scary. Granny's not scary. Let's go and I keep saying let's go and raid into, hoping that somebody will jump out at me, but nobody is. I was hoping that Rue would be streaming so I could raid into Rue, but Rue is like no energy, can't stream. Could you find an emulator of Granny's Garden? Neil, I don't know what the fuck that is, but probably. Depending on what platform it is, depending on what platform it came out on, probably. I could almost definitely find one. BBC Computer? Oh, Christ. Now you're asking. I don't know. I can probably find that, but it's not gonna be easy. The X-Files point and lick. The X-Files point and I tell you what. Me and Zach spent basically the entirety of Friday and Saturday playing a game called The Root Trees Are Dead. And that is such a fucking good game. If anybody likes information gathering, detective, sleuthy, puzzle kind of games, play The Root Trees Are Dead. I have never played a game like The Root Trees Are Dead. Like, it's like kind of like Wikipedia diving the game, except it's like set in 1999, so information online is really like scarce. It's so much fun, gamers. It is so good. Like we put like 12 hours into it over 2 days. It's so fucking good. They put out a new game recently But we're going to play that next. And oh, I'm so excited. So excited. Because if it's anything like The Root Trees Are Dead, it's gonna be a one of one. Like, that is such a fucking good game. Such a fucking good game. It's so good. So good. And like, you get to the end of the game and it's like, hey, here's another one. You thought you got to the end of the game? No, here is The Root Trees Are Dead 2. The Root Trees Are Dead 2 is hidden at the end of The Root Trees Are Dead 1. So far, it's so good. So good. It's great. It's fantastic. You should, if it's on your wish list, go get it. It's amazing. I am a huge fan of it. I had such a good time. Recommended it to basically everyone, because I'm like, this rules, actually. This is really good. We're going to raid somebody in my stream team. We are going to raid level 99 Gaming Wiz, because we are both in the same stream team, and that means they are probably pretty. I clicked on another scene by trying to click into OBS. I do apologize. Let's go raid into level 99 Wiz. Boom. Level 99 Gaming Wiz. Let's go and say hello. They're doing some art. It's going to be real cool. Like I said, I'll be back on Tuesday for something. Haven't quite figured it out yet, but it's going to be great. Until next time, join our, I'm not gonna plug the Discord. Join our Stoat server. It's like Discord, but without all the bullshit. Join our Stoat server. Until next time, Buccaneer, Buckafar, wherever the buck you are, I hope you have a magical rest of your day. I will catch you in the next stream, but until then, gamers, I will love you, bye.